Hey guys, it's Heather from Kellofaplan, and in today's video, I am finally sharing my 2022 planner lineup. I'm going to be sharing the planners that I'm going to be using and how I'm going to be using them. I will be using 5 different happy planners consistently through the year. Well, I say consistently. We'll see how the year goes. Part of me is a little worried about 5 just because we will be welcoming a newborn this year, but if some of them slack some months, that's totally okay, and it's just part of life. So let's go ahead and get started. The first one is this Miss Maker mini dashboard layout. I went back and forth for pretty much the past 3 months on if I was going to do a mini planner. And I finally decided I am for 2 reasons. One, it's going to start as my on-the-go planner, which is what I've used a mini for years now. That's how it's going to start the year. But then one of the reasons I was thinking about not doing one is because I feel like once Amelia gets here, I may not be on the go as much. Like I'm probably going to be home a lot, at least in the beginning. So I didn't know if I really needed an on-the-go planner. But then I decided, well, I can always adjust it and use it to track different things like feeding times or sleeping times or things like that. Like turn it into an Amelia planner if I need to. So that's why I decided to just go ahead, add it to my lineup. It is a dashboard layout. I will probably Frankenplan some horizontals in too, just because I love the horizontal layout, but I actually don't have a mini horizontal right now. So I'm going to have to see if I can find one, but I really loved this one. The Happy Planner sent me this one in my fall mentor box. So this will be my 2022 mini. I just think it's really cute. It's a dashboard layout, which I love. So yeah, this is going to be my mini. We'll see how it goes. Might end up dropping it through the year, but we'll just wait and see. All right, my catch-all planner, which when I say catch-all, that to me, that means my main planner. So everything that's important goes in this planner. This is going to be my catch-all. This one is called Seasons of Color. And I love this one because they actually use the same illustrator that I use for a lot of my stickers. So a lot of these florals match stickers that I've come out with or stickers that I'm going to be coming out with. So like I have these in one of my books that's already released. So I just love that I have the ability to use some of my own stickers in this planner, but it's going to match. I also love that the weekly pages are pretty neutral. I know a lot of people have been complaining lately about the neutral planners. I love them because I think that if it's neutral, that means you can do whatever you want on the weekly pages and you don't have to like tie in certain colors or aspects or anything like that. So I love how neutral this is. But then the monthly view has a few flowers in the corner. You could easily cover those up if you wanted to, but you could also tie them into your scheme if you wanted to as well. So this is going to be my catch-all, my main planner, which basically means if I had to drop all my other planners, I would keep using this one. This is going to be like my lifeline. So this is going to be my catch-all planner. One thing that makes me a little emotional about this is Matthew and I have wanted a baby pretty much since we got married, which was the same year that I started using a Happy Planner. And pretty much every time I would buy a planner, I would think, maybe this is the planner that I'll get to write appointments in, or I'll get to write about my baby being born in. And this is finally it. This is the planner. So I'm just, hormones, emotional, but I'm super excited about this one. This is going to be my catch-all. My next planner that I'm going to use is my social media / Kellofaplan planner. This is going to be like a business planner for me. I will use this is the Miss Maker planner. I love that it's a dashboard layout. The first Miss Maker that came out several years ago was like a checklist layout, which I didn't love. So I'm super excited that this one is dashboard because that's what I use for my business planner. So over here, I use this. I plan YouTube videos out here and I plan my Instagram posts here. On the left side, I actually have a printable that I print and I cover this up, and it has different things that I track on the left for my business. So I'm super, super excited about this one. Again, it's pretty neutral on the weekly pages, but then the dividers have like cute little Miss Maker things, and then it's pretty neutral on the monthly as well. So I just think this is really cute. It's going to be perfect for my Kellofaplan planner for the year. So yeah, this is my social media / business planner. Now I will end up, all of these that are classic size, I want to point out that I will be Frankenplanning them into one. I'm not going to have 4 separate planners. Now, some people do that and it works great for them, and I used to do it that way, but I like all of mine to be in the same planner. So if you come back, I think maybe tomorrow or the day after that, I'm going to have a setup video where I'm actually putting these all together and setting up my planner. So that's going to show you how I'm actually going to put them all together, because I'm not going to have separate, they're not all going to be separate, they're going to be in one. My next planner, this is my faith planner. I will say the last couple of weeks, being pregnant, my faith planner has kind of fallen to the side. I just haven't had, it's not that I really haven't had time, but my faith is something that I, want to make time for. So I feel like that's not really an excuse, but it just hasn't been a priority. I know it needs to be a priority again. So I'm hoping in the new year that I can really bring my faith planning back to the forefront of my planning. Pretty much all of the faith planners that they released in the fall collection were the same. Like, the covers were different, but the insides were pretty much the same. So they sent me several of these, but since the insides were the same, I just picked one, especially because I won't be really using the cover. Their faith planner does still have these SOAP things, which is a method of studying scripture. It stands for scripture reading, observation, application, and then the P stands for prayer. I don't use that, so I'll end up covering these with washi, but besides that, I really love how neutral these pages are. So yeah, this is going to be my faith planner. Hopefully I can keep up with that in the new year, because I have been slacking lately, but it is a goal of mine to bring that back. And then the last planner, I'm really, really excited about this one. This is my lettering planner, and the thing that excites me the most is that they have a classic size this year. So last year I used the big, and it was fine, but it was a separate planner. And like I mentioned, I really like having all of my planners on one set of discs. And so I'm super excited that this year they have a classic size. I'm still going to be doing a lettering challenge. We did one last year. This year it kind of did kind of a hybrid where I shared the words and the prep with everybody on my YouTube channel, but then the weekly videos were just for patrons. Well, with a baby coming, I know I have to be a little more realistic about what my time is going to look like. I know I'm not going to have time for weekly videos, and I know I'm not going to have time to put as much into lettering as I did this year. So what I'm going to be doing, if you're interested in the challenge, if you have one of these and you're looking for a lettering challenge, I'll be doing a video next week explaining this more, but it's basically going to be a Patreon perk only. I will be sharing the list with patrons, and I'll be doing a monthly video teaching them how to write the words. So it is just going to be a Patreon perk. You probably won't even see me mention it anywhere outside of Patreon. So if you're interested in that lettering, stay tuned. Next week there will be more information, and I'll be able to tell you what level of Patreon and stuff like that. So yeah, just because I'm trying to rearrange some things and be really realistic about what my time is going to look like with a baby, that's one change that I'm making. But I'm super excited that this is classic sized and can just be added into my regular planner all in one spot. It's basically the same as last year. It is like an updated design, but the weekly pages are pretty much the same, where you have the lettering in the horizontal, and we will just be practicing our lettering here. Of course, this is going to be a little bit smaller than it was in the big, so keep that in mind. But I do think that having it smaller is it's going to be a little more manageable when you try to transfer it over to a regular planner, because you're going to be used to writing smaller. So those are my planners for 2022. Again, I'm going to be using this lettering planner, this faith planner, this dashboard planner, this catch-all planner, and this mini planner. I'd love to hear in the comments how many planners you're going to be using and what you're using them for. If you like this video, I hope you hit the like button. If you want to see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button. And happy planning!